Emilico begins cleaning the room while now showing an absolute loyalty towards the Shadow House. Kate begins investigating ways to bring her back to normal by looking around inside her box. Kate finds Emilico's diary that tells her about all she has experienced so far. She finds out about soot sickness and that by drinking water she can be cured. So Kate forces Emilico to drink water until her gag reflex activates, and even after that she is forced to swallow more until she began to cry. Kate goes over and embraces Emilico as she grieves for the loss of Rum until she returned to normal. Kate begins to explain to her that living dolls don't exist and they are just humans kidnapped and brainwashed from one of the towns nearby. Emilico decides she wants to free all the dolls. She goes to her box and hears a knock at the door, then opens it, but later when Kate goes to check on her she finds that Emilico is gone, so she rushes to get help from John the God. She explains to him that Emilico has gone missing and asks for his help. John realizes that Sean has been brainwashed and begins to slap some sense into him, but Sean hands are also rated E for everyone, so they have a contest of might with John standing as the winner and freeing Sean from the brainwashing. Kate decides to invite everyone to a meeting to discuss Kate's disappearance, where Louise reveals that her soot power manifested and now she can gain full control over dolls, and says she saw Edward dressed as a veiled doll carrying Emilico on the food cart to kidnap her. Everyone comes to an agreement that they hate Edward and decide to help her rescue her from his hands. Edward disguises his voice and tries to get her to reveal Kate's plan, but Emilico ain't no snitch, so she keeps it 100. Sean comes up with a plan to dress up as veiled dolls to sneak inside the adult section to find Emilico. Kate decides to go by herself so only her will be at risk, when they suddenly hear a knock at the door and finds that Barbie and her shadow heard them, so she wants to do an inspection on Patrick's room. They leave Patrick to keep her busy while Louise controls a veiled doll to open a back door and lead them to where the uniforms are kept. John and Sean decides to split up to look for a way to enter the mansion while Patrick and Ricky successfully evades the wrath of Barbie, who reveals that Edwards has ordered everyone to be on high alert as Ricky finally wakes up from his brainwashing. Kate dresses up as a veiled doll and thanks Louise for help as she leaves to find Emilico while Lou snaps out of her brainwashing. Kate meets up with John as Patrick arrives and tells them that Edwards is now in charge of the children's wing, so he must be below the 3rd floor. Kate decides to use Emilico's doll containing her soot to track her down, then thank them as she leaves to clutch the mission on her own.